All right, here we go. We're on our way. Happy 4th of July of this year of 2025. Some birthdays from the day. Playwright Neil Simon. I think he did The Odd Couple on Broadway. I might be speaking way before everybody's time. Uh, the owner of the New York Yankees, George Steinbrenner, born in 1930. Geraldo Rivera, born in 1943. Makes him what, 81, 82, 82, right? Yep. Tennis player Pam Shriver. I remember hearing of her back in the 70s, I guess. Born in 1962, but I don't remember what the hell she did. And lastly, Malia Obama, daughter of President and First Lady Michelle Obama, born in 1998. A lot of interesting facts today. Lots of them. Probably could have even had more. I got tired of writing stuff. Did you know this, though? The Declaration of Independence wasn't signed on this day, July 4th. It was adopted. Most signatures came on a month later on August 2nd. But who would want to go, Happy August 2nd Day? That doesn't sound right. Some way 4th of July was better. Three presidents that died on this day. Kind of interesting. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both died this day in 1926, exactly 50 years after they signed the Declaration of Independence. Just kind of, is that irony? I'm not much of an English literature person or writer, whatever. Actually, I'm horrible in English. And the third president that died on this day was back in 1831, James Madison. All right, let's see. We get everything covered here. In 1803, Thomas Jefferson announced the Louisiana Purchase. A great big piece of land from France we got that included Louisiana and quite a major chunk of land along the Mississippi River from the Gulf of Mexico on up. Oh, Gulf of America. My God, don't have me shot. Hey, I don't know about that Gulf of America though. To me, it sounds like a gas station, Gulf of America. I don't know. I, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Back in 1865, Alice in Wonderland was published by Lewis Carroll. Seems kind of, I didn't realize it was written that long ago. God, it was 100 years before they made a movie out of it. In 1884, the Statue of Liberty was presented to the United States in Paris by the French. I don't know. I should have looked up how long it took them to get it over here, right? In 1876, the first public exhibition of electricity of an electric light was made in San Francisco. And let's see, in 1946, the Philippines gained independence from the U.S. They had been ruled by a number of different countries uh, for like 340 some years before they finally got independence and became a country of their own. Also in 1966, LB John, yeah, LBJ, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed into law the Freedom of Information Act. Uh, this was a bill that allowed full disclosure of government information to the public. Not sure what that means. What do you mean? We don't have full disclosure of everything the government does, right? I don't know. Back in 1942, this was the start of the first American bombing of Nazi Germany in World War II. In 1954, this pertaining to World War II, meat and all other food rationing officially ends in Britain. 9 years after the end of World War II. That's a pretty long recovery time. Way back in 1970, 25 years ago, I think some of us, maybe most of us remember, Casey Kasem in the American Top 40 debuted back on this day in LA on a LA radio station back in 1970. In 1976, I remember this. Um, you gotta understand, back in the 70s, we did the airlines. The big thing was um, hijackers, and back late 60s and early 70s. Um, this was probably one of the last ones that went about, but there was a plane with over 100 passengers on it, an Air France plane that was hijacked, landed in Entebbe Airport in Uganda, and I forget what they were demanding. Some crazy, crazy stuff. Release of um, Palestinian prisoners, I guess, and wanting to do this and that. Anyway, uh, Israel launched a hostage rescue mission. They rescued 106 Air France crew and passengers, but lost three hostages, and all the hijackers were killed, executed, shot, whatever. It was a big dramatic thing at the time that one of the first live newscasts I remember that we didn't know it was going to happen. The cameras were all there because it had been going on. I forget for how long. It was a couple days, I believe. And they stormed this plane, and I guess that was pretty good. Only three hostages getting killed, where they were threatening to kill all of them. And way back in 1996, guess what service began? Hotmail email service first began back in 1996. I don't know when I got my first Hotmail account, but I still got it. Just the other day, I heard, I can't recall who it was, but my wife said, I forget who she was talking about, said they had still used AOL as their email. And I didn't even think AOL was around anymore. So what's everybody doing on this 4th of July? I know here in Florida, it's probably going to rain. So, uh, 4th of July, you usually have a 50-50 chance going into today that the fireworks will be canceled. I'm not sure how many places are even doing fireworks this year because I heard that a lot of them were canceling when they started the tariff BS because fireworks are going to hit pretty hard with tariffs. So I'm not sure how that's working out, but there's a fireworks store down the road from me. They've been pretty crowded the last 2 or 3 days. So, you know, I just remember this little old story. Little boy was sitting on the curb on the street corner, and he had a mason jar, and he's shaking this liquid, and he's looking at it, watching the bubbles. And a preacher walks by it. He says, "Son, what you doing? What you got there?" He says, "Sir, I have the most powerful liquid in the world in this jar." And the preacher says, "Sir," he says, "Son, what is it?" He said, "It's turpentine." He says, "Son, that's not the most powerful liquid." Preacher reaches in his pocket, pulls out a bottle of holy water. He said, "This here's the most powerful liquid in the world. This is holy water." He said, "You rub some of this holy water on a pregnant lady's belly, she'll pass a baby boy." The little boy shook his bottle and watched the bubbles again. He said, "Shit, that ain't nothing." He said, "You rub some of this turpentine on a cat's ass, he'll pass a motorcycle." What do you think? It's an oldie, but I still like it. I still like it. I got another one for you. This happened to me a while back. I woke up with a huge hangover after attending my company's Christmas party. I wasn't normally drinking that much back then, but the drinks didn't taste like alcohol at all. Didn't remember how I got home from the party. And as bad as I was feeling, I wondered, did I do something wrong? You ever wake up and have that feeling that, I don't know, I think I might have done something that I shouldn't have done. But I forced myself to open up my eyes, and the first thing I saw was a couple of aspirins and a glass of water on the table next to the bed. And next to them was a single red rose. Like, what the hell? Set up, and I seen my clothing in front of me, all clean and pressed. Looked around the room and sees everything's in perfect order, picked up, spotlessly clean. And so is the rest of the house. So I took the aspirin, and I cringed when I seen huge black eyes staring back at me in the bathroom mirror. Then I noticed a note hanging on the corner of the mirror, and written in red with little red hearts on it, and a kiss mark from my wife in lipstick. It said, "Honey, breakfast is on the stove. I left early to get groceries to make you your favorite dinner tonight." I love you. He, I get up, still trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Stumble down to the kitchen, and sure enough, there's a hot breakfast, steaming coffee, and a morning newspaper. My 16-year-old son was sitting at the table eating. He asked, so I asked him, he said, "Son, what happened last night?" He goes, "Well, you came home around 3 a.m., drunk out of your mind. You fell over the coffee table and broke it. Then you puked in the hallway and got that black eye when you ran into the door." He said, "Well, so why is everything in such perfect order and so clean? I have a rose and breakfast on the table waiting for me." His son says, "Oh, that. Mom dragged you into the bedroom, and when she tried to take your pants off, you screamed, 'Leave me alone, I'm married.'" Priceless. All right, till tomorrow, maybe later today. I don't know, I might do a live little thing with my redneck neighbors shooting off fireworks, see what kind of fireworks display we got if it's not pouring down rain. But y'all have a safe and happy 4th of July. Don't do anything stupid, and peace out.